Two old friends cross paths again in the broken saloon at El Dorado. Sheriff J.P. Hara welcomes Cole Thornton with a rifle aimed at him. They have been friends since before and during the Civil War. However, J.P. has heard that Cole is now working for Bart Jason. Cole admits that Jason has offered him a good sum of money, but he isn't sure what the job entails. J.P. explains, Jason arrived here around the end of the Civil War with loads of money, and no one knows where it came from. Meanwhile, everyone else here was broke. Using his wealth, he started expanding, but now he needs more water. The only place to get it is already taken by someone who was here 20 years earlier. His name is Kevin McDonald. McDonald has 4 sons and a daughter. Their whole family has worked really hard, sticking together through tough times. Just when things were getting better, McDonald refused to sell his land. Jason began pressuring him, and now I'm caught in the middle. Saloon owner Maudie enters and warmly hugs Cole. She bursts into laughter when she realizes her old love and her current one are friends. Previously, Cole had given her some money to help resolve her financial issues after her gambling husband died. Thornton visited Jason's ranch to inform him that he would no longer be working with him. Concerned about Thornton's visit, McDonald sent his youngest son, Luke, to the hills to keep an eye on things. However, while on watch, Luke dozed off, and when he woke up, he panicked and fired at Thornton. Reacting quickly, Thornton shot him. When Thornton approached Luke, he was saddened to see how young he was. He tried to console him, but Luke was in agony. At that moment, while Cole was not looking, Luke drew his weapon and took his own life. Thornton transported Luke's body to his father's home and detailed the events that occurred. Luke's sister, Joey, a rough-and-tumble girl, disbelieved his story and attempted to attack him. Her brother intervened, and their father ordered her to go inside, but she angrily rode away on her horse. McDonald expressed gratitude to Cole for bringing his son back, but Cole felt a heavy burden of guilt and left. On his journey home, Joey ambushed him at a stream, shooting him with a rifle. He managed to get back on his horse and flee to Maudie's place, where Doc Miller provided care. The bullet was perilously close to his spine, and the older doctor admitted he wasn't capable of handling the situation and recommended finding a more skilled surgeon for the bullet's removal. After a short while, Thornton departed from El Dorado, leaving Maudie feeling disappointed. A few months later, Cole shows up in a town close to the Mexican border and has dinner at a local cantina. A young man known as Mississippi walks in and confronts one of 4 men at a table, asking if he remembers him or the black hat he's wearing. 2 years ago, Mississippi's closest friend and father figure was accused of cheating at cards and was killed. He mentions that he tracked down the man's 3 accomplices and killed them all. He then challenges the last murderer to stand up. Instead of carrying a gun, Mississippi uses a knife to kill the man. Just as one of the other men tries to shoot Mississippi, Cole shoots him in the hand and intervenes. One of the men at the table is Nelson McLeod, a dark-skinned, thin-faced man with a scar on the left side of his eye and cheek. Together with Cole and JP, he is one of the most dangerous gunfighters in the area. Cole learns that McLeod is the latest gunfighter Bart Jason has hired for a good price. He also mentions that JP won't be a problem as he has been drinking heavily for months. As Cole and Mississippi prepare to leave the cantina, Cole pauses. He suspects that McLeod has men waiting to ambush them and instructs Mississippi to call them off. Grateful for being saved twice, Mississippi agrees to share a meal with Cole. Cole quickly realizes that Mississippi can't shoot at all. He stops by an old friend who's a gunsmith and picks up a shotgun for him. When Cole and Mississippi reach El Dorado, they visit Maudie's place to ask if any strangers have been around. She informs them that there haven't been any, and she shares details about JP's severe drinking problem. Cole then heads to the sheriff's office with Mississippi and finds Bull on guard outside, who has been managing law enforcement all by himself for several months. Inside, Cole wakes JP, who is sleeping in a cell, by splashing water on him. JP reacts by punching Cole, and in response, Cole knocks him out with a frying pan. Mississippi prepares a special concoction to help keep JP away from alcohol. With this dark mixture in his system, any alcohol JP consumes afterward will make him sick. The next afternoon, Bart Jason arrives in town and waits at the saloon for Nelson McLeod. Meanwhile, the McDonald family comes to do their weekly shopping, and Bull goes to keep an eye on them, promising to sound his trumpet if trouble arises. Later in the night, JP wakes up looking for alcohol, but Cole tells him they've gotten rid of everything. JP then heads to the saloon to buy some whiskey, only to be laughed at by Bart and McLeod, which humiliates him. Suddenly, gunshots ring out, and Bull blows the trumpet. Cole and Mississippi rush outside to find one of the McDonald boys injured. Together, Cole, JP, Mississippi, and Bull begin searching the town for the shooters. A woman at a window informs Mississippi that she saw a group of men running down the street toward the church. A shootout erupts, resulting in the deaths of 2 men, but the one with a limp manages to escape. The group chases him in adjacent saloon. JP, still upset over a previous embarrassment, is determined to show his strength. Everyone claims they haven't seen anyone enter, but the pianist appears uneasy. JP pushes him aside and opens fire on the piano with his rifle. The gunman then reveals himself and starts shooting, but JP takes him down. The bartender reaches for a gun, but JP shoots the bar's edge, sending splinters flying into the bartender's hand. JP approaches the men who mocked him earlier. He strikes one in the stomach with his rifle and slams Jason in the face. Just as he's about to shoot Jason, Cole steps in to stop him. JP regains his composure and arrests Jason. While they escort Jason to jail, Mississippi spots someone aiming a gun at them from the stables and goes to investigate. He seizes the person and discovers it's a woman named Joey, who was trying to take revenge on Bart. He brings her to the jail for identification. She asks JP if Jason will receive proper punishment, to which he replies it's up to the judge. She expresses her gratitude for their help and leaves. Cole and Mississippi patrol the town at night when some of Jason's men ride through. Mississippi suddenly throws himself into the street right in front of the horses. The horses leap over him, and he manages to shoot one of the men. JP rushes out of the office but gets shot in the leg. As Cole treats his wound inside, he asks Mississippi why he dove under the horses. Mississippi explains that shooting accurately is difficult while a horse is in the air, and a horse won't step on a person. The doctors are in the office extracting the bullet from JP's leg. They suggest to Cole that he should think about getting the bullet taken out of his back as well. Cole responds that if he manages to get through all the trouble with Jason's men, he'll take care of it later. JP feels uneasy and frustrated, struggling to fight off his desire to drink. He devises a plan to barricade themselves in the office with some food and water until the U.S. Marshal arrives to collect Jason. Bull advises him to clean himself up if they're going to be stuck together. While JP is in the bath, Joey and Maudie bring supplies for them to use until the marshal shows up. Cole gets upset with her, insisting that she should keep her distance since Jason's men might use her as leverage to get Jason back. Later that night, a friend of Maudie shows up with a message from her, saying that McLeod's men have been loitering around her place and that she's heard they have something planned. Cole and Mississippi head to the saloon, but a gunman starts firing at them. They chase him through the saloon and out the back. 2 men inform them that the shooter exited through the back door. Thankfully, Mississippi recognizes the men as Milt and Pedro from their previous encounter. Cole asks if anyone is waiting outside for them. Milt insists there isn't, but Cole tells him to go outside anyway. Reluctantly, Milt refuses, so Cole shoots him in the arm and demands he leave. Milt then admits he was lying, saying someone is indeed waiting out there. Cole responds by shooting him in the leg. With no other option, Milt runs outside, yelling not to shoot, but he is immediately gunned down. Cole then tells Pedro to go next, but while trying to force him outside, he begins to feel the numbness in his arm returning. He collapses onto the ground in agony. Pedro reaches for his gun, but Mississippi takes him out, only to be knocked unconscious from behind. Mississippi and Maudie enter the office through the back in trance to inform the others of the situation. McLeod has captured Cole and wants to exchange him for Jason. JP reluctantly agrees to this deal. He frees Jason, and the 4 of them, JP, Cole, Bull, and Mississippi, escape the town and seek refuge at JP's place. Bull becomes wary, feeling that McLeod let them slip away too easily. Shortly after, Joey arrives with news that her brother Saul has been kidnapped by Jason, who will only return him if he gets control of the McDonald Ranch. Given Bull's age, Mississippi's poor aim, and Cole and JP's injuries, their chances seem slim. Cole realizes he can still handle a rifle with one hand, and they come up with a plan. They ride back into town, with Cole driving a wagon to the front of the saloon to confront McLeod, who has Jason and a few men with him, while others watch over Saul inside. JP, Mississippi, and Bull sneak in through the back to position themselves behind McLeod's crew. Bull shoots an arrow into the back of one of McLeod's men and blows his bugle, distracting McLeod just enough for Cole to jump from the wagon and shoot him. JP and Mississippi take care of the remaining men inside. As Jason tries to grab one of McLeod's guns to shoot Cole, Joey, hidden a distance away, fires first, taking him down. Cole expresses his gratitude for her saving him. He approaches McLeod as he lies there dying and asks, "You never gave me a chance, did you?" To which Cole responds, "No, I didn't. You're too good to deserve a chance," leaving McLeod to pass away with his pride preserved. The story concludes with Cole having his leg bandaged after getting hit by stray pellets from Mississippi's shotgun during the melee. Mississippi heads over to have a chat with Joey, while Cole walks off to find Maudie. Meanwhile, JP and Bull share a drink, and JP confides in Bull about needing him as his deputy. The story wraps up with Cole and JP both limping down the street, Cole getting ready to leave the town, and JP having recovered his sense of self-worth.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Take care.